Did Jesus really violate any law by healing the man on the Sabbath? Dear brothers and sisters, today's gospel reading is from Mark chapter 3, verses 1 to 6, which recounts the story of Jesus healing a man with a withered hand on a Sabbath. As Jesus entered the synagogue in Capernaum, he noticed a man with a withered hand. The Pharisees observed him closely, watching to see if he would heal the man on the Sabbath. Recognizing their ulterior motives, Jesus asked them a pointed question. And they were silent, and then he proceeded to heal the man's hand. Now, did Jesus really violate any law by healing the man on the Sabbath? Does the Bible really forbid anybody to heal on a Sabbath? No, it doesn't. But the Jews had another set of unwritten laws, which were later, much later after the time of Jesus, known as the Mishnah. It was a collection of interpretations of the law of Moses. Some of these laws were severe and irrational. According to these laws, one is not allowed to do anything directly to cure a man on a Sabbath. Jesus knew the existence of these laws, but he did not follow any of these man-made laws. The Jews were angry with Jesus because he did not follow the traditions of the Jews, especially those which did not help those in distress. Thus, when Jesus was curing the man with a withered hand, he was actually not violating God-given law of Sabbath. Rather, he was fulfilling the spirit of the law. How? The original purpose of the Sabbath law was to have a day set aside for rest from labor. That was according to Exodus chapter 20. On the Sabbath, the Israelites were to imitate God who rested after the work of creation. According to Leviticus 23, on that day, the people were supposed to assemble together for worship. The Sabbath served as a reminder of God's work of creation and the act of liberation from the slavery of Egypt. That was according to Deuteronomy chapter 5. The Israelites should express their gratitude towards God and show kindness towards their bond laborers and animals. Sabbath was to be a day of joy for all. Then what was the matter with the Pharisees when Jesus healed the man with a withered hand on a Sabbath? Pure indifference to the sufferings of the people. St. Mark says, Jesus was grieved at their hardness of heart. Their concern was not about keeping the law of God, but about their interpretation of it that made them blind to the sufferings of the individuals. If they had the true spirit of the Sabbath prescriptions in their heart, they would have rejoiced to see the liberation of a man from the bondage of illness. Friends, what is it that makes people so insensitive and hard-hearted? Probably, it is the distance that they keep from God who is present, who is both at the work and at the moments of rest. The Creator definitely is at work with us in our daily lives. If we do not see it, we could become blind to the sufferings of others around us. How can we genuinely see the struggle of those when we are consumed by our own selfishness and hunger for power and money? Therefore, we must take the time out to pause, to rest, and to commune with God and with others. Otherwise, we will miss the opportunity to open our hearts to the tears and needs of other brothers and sisters. It is in this stillness and in this connectivity with God that we will truly cultivate compassion and empathy. Let us pray for that grace.